think, as the United States, it's worthwhile for us to negotiate with terrorists? Depending on the demands, obviously, but
I believe it would be situational.
situational.
Define terrorists.
That's hard to do because like one minute's terrorist and one minute's freedom fighter. But for the sake of this, someone that wants to harm the United States. But we'll talk about it after.
But is willing to
Should we
negotiate.
negotiate with them? Would negotiations kind of like taking them out kind of thing?
We'll say like a hierarchy.
Right.
No, not right.
Okay, what I'm going to show you right now is something that's going on in the world. Has anyone been keeping up with the news about the aid worker in Pakistan that had been abducted? No. Okay.
No.
Nope.
My name is Warren Weinstein. My wife is Elaine, and I'd like her to know that I'm fine, I'm well, I'm getting all my medications, I'm being taken care of. And then I'd like to talk to President Obama and ask him, beg him that he please accept and respond to the demands of the Mujahideen. My life is in your hands, Mr. President. If you accept the demands, I live. If you don't accept the demands, then I die. It's important that you accept the demands and act quickly and don't delay. There will be no benefit in delay. It will just make things more difficult for me. I know that you have two daughters that you enjoy, you're with them, you spend time with them, but I get the feeling that you're not paying any attention or care about my problem or my needs, and you're not paying attention and you don't give much importance to my situation. I'm an American citizen. I've worked in public service for the U.S. government and as a professor of USAID, as a Peace Corps director for many years. So I've done a lot of service for my country, and I would hope that my country will now look after me and take care of me and meet the demands of the Mujahideen. I think that it is important that you act quickly. The demands of the Mujahideen are not difficult. They're according to Islamic law. They're easy. If you respond to them, then I will live and hopefully rejoin my family and also join my children, my two daughters, like you enjoy your two daughters. But it is very important that you act quickly, and I'm now waiting for you.
When was that? I didn't want
I
to.
think it was yesterday that video came out. So I guess my question to you guys is, what do you think? I think that the man is they're calling for all the prisoners to be released from Guantanamo Bay, but don't quote me. I was trying to look it up on my iPad, but for some reason the internet's not working right now. But for the sake of this, we'll just say that's what they're demanding. So what do you guys think?
I would love to take a topic and just make it so hard to answer.
Yeah,
It's a tough call, yeah.
If they're asking for the release of all prisoners from Guantanamo Bay, I think it's perfectly reasonable for Obama to say no. Whether, I don't know. So of course it looks bad to say choosing, trying war criminals over one man's life, but just from a utilitarian point of view, I think it would be, in this situation, I think the president would to agree, and Obama should not feel obligated to go right in just to say this one man's life, who could have made zero impact on the American government, whether he lives or dies, I mean, it sounds morbid, but like...
But as an American citizen, shouldn't he feel that his country would do whatever they could to get him back?
Yeah, I mean, I would expect the Delta Squad to come rescue me.
Right.
I think this was situations like this are the exact reasons that the U.S. adopted the policy of never negotiating with terrorists, just because if we negotiate with some and not others, depending on the demands, then
You
I
don't want to
mean,
set that precedent.
where do our ethics lie? And I think the U.S. was just trying to avoid that in the future. And I mean, it sucks because, I mean, I had a slightly different opinion, and then I saw that video and decided to ruin my day.
Sorry. Any more thoughts about the video? Amy, you look like you want to say something.
No, it's just heavy.
I know. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm gonna pose a scenario to you guys. I want to see what you think. All right, you're the president of the United States, and you've just been woken up at 3 a.m. in the morning. The plane has been hijacked over the ocean with 500 people on board, mostly Americans. The people responsible for the hijacking are demanding the release of a terrorist mastermind being detained by U.S. forces overseas, or they will crash the plane into the ocean. The person being held is reportedly behind the bombing of one of your strongest allies' capitals that resulted in the deaths of 126 people. So my question to you guys is that, since you're kind of in a time crunch, what would you do? Do you value the 500 people, or do you value the diplomatic ties with your allies?
Is it that I value one of those over the other, or is it that I value the non-interventionism of my choice? That didn't answer it at all.
I think you really
No,
have,
it did.
I think you really have to weigh what this war criminal has done in the past and what exactly it means by releasing it. You know, it's not like he's gonna.
Well, let's say the demands are you have 2 hours to release him from prison, put him on a plane to a friendly country, or otherwise the plane's going into the ocean.
I mean,
They
if it's-
release him and then recapture him shortly thereafter.
Yeah.
So I was-
I mean, like, if he has had a violent past, if he is responsible for bombing a Capitol building, then I think you have to weigh. I mean, again, going utilitarian here, he has the potential to kill more than 500 people. So, I mean, that loss would be greater if he was released.
Would you feel comfortable telling the families that though?
No,
I'm sorry,
I wouldn't want to be the one.
I'm not trying to figure out
I think social efficiency, that would be the best way to go.
Okay. Friend?
But also, like, on the other side, like, on the other train as well, like, if we negotiate with one terrorist, what's to stop others from getting the same idea? Oh, the U.S. will negotiate with us. We will get our demands if we do this. And it just snowballs from there, and everyone thinks that they can start basically striking back against the U.S., or against the U.S., I should say. Just indiscriminately because they believe that, you know, the U.S. has lost some of that like that influence, some of that power, because they are negotiating with terrorists now. I think it just wouldn't stop.
I agree with that.
So we can assume that no SEAL team is going to fly through the air